Well, Carrie Lee, the National Guard has actually been deployed here to Bethany, New Fairfield, and Brookfield. And just a moment ago, a whole caravan of National Guard members drove past here on Downs Road. They've been working to clear the debris, the trees. You can see the devastation left behind here in this area, down power lines. Really what they're trying to do is make sure roads like this are opened up and cleared so crews can get the power back on.
I spent the tornado in a storm drain.
And that's no exaggeration. Nancy Bennett Morgenstern went for a walk on Tuesday in Bethany and got stuck in the storm.
I could hear electrical wires popping and trees coming down.
After hiding in a storm drain, she was rescued by her husband. But when they got back to Old Fairwood Road,
lots of trees down on the road, and it looked like a bomb hit. And of course, our house has a tree laying on it, but we're all okay.
After checking on neighbors, it's been a long road to recovery. Nancy's son is in the National Guard, and on day 3 of cleanup, they are here to help.
The National Guard's motto is always ready, always there, so we're here supporting any way we can.
A large portion of Bethany is still without power. While state and local crews, as well as utility companies, are working to repair damage, the National Guard is helping to clear fallen trees and unblock roads in Bethany, New Fairfield, and Brookfield.
Our civil engineering teams are out here. Basically, they're cutting down trees, they're clearing the roads. They have equipment out here that can push all the trees back, and that way the power companies are able to access the roads.
There are also 15 emergency centers open across the state, as well as several shelters. In Bethany, the town hall and a local church are open to anyone in need. Still, smashed cars, downed trees, and repair crews are now commonplace.
Pretty bad. Parts of town are pretty wiped out. Could see where something definitely came through, and trees on houses and cars and roads blocked and everybody working together.
Public Works crews say it's long hours and long days, but everyone here is hopeful.
It's scary, so I just hope people are able to get back to normal as soon as possible.
Just a few hours ago, this part of Downs Road was impassable, just littered with trees and debris. You can see where the National Guard has come through and cleared this area. Now, at this point, they say they don't have an exact time frame for how long they will be out here helping, just as long as it takes to get people back on their feet. Live in Bethany, Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News. Back to you. Here in Bethany, it's clear there is still a lot of work to be done after those 4 tornadoes came through almost a week ago. Devastation everywhere you look here in Fairwood Road. You can hear the sounds of repair, but there's still a lot of questions. People wondering, what do we do next? That's why State Representative Rosa DeLauro came to town today.
And it looks like a war zone. It looks like someone dropped a bomb on my yard in several spots.
Ali Wolowski has literally been picking up the pieces of her life since Tuesday. Right after the storm, we went to see the damage at her house. Almost a week later,
I wanted to know what was happening. You know, we've gotten no information from anybody.
With few answers on how to get help, Ali wanted Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro to see things firsthand.
I would like for you to come down to my house so that you can see what it is.
So as DeLauro toured the damage in Bethany and Hamden, she made Ali's home one of her first stops.
This looks like a war zone. Yeah. You would not, from the road, have any idea.
Ali's house is just one of many. The town's airplane hangar was also blown apart.
This has been pushed out of shape here. The bolts are gone. I mean, it's really pretty extraordinary. 110-mile-an-hour winds.
Even Bethany Town Hall is without many ways to communicate.
We have no phones or internet at Town Hall right now.
The town plans to send a newsletter and a phone alert to all residents this week. Now, DeLauro says people need to follow a few steps. First, have your insurance company assess your damage. Next, keep detailed records, pictures, and video. Finally, inform your town of the damage. Each town and city has until May 30th to submit their assessment paperwork to the state, who will then reach out to FEMA for help.
What I can say is that we will work with you every step of the way.
That's the hope. But with the state still waiting on some FEMA response from Sandy, Ali knows this will take time.
I know it's going to be a long road. I just want to know what that road is going to look like.
Well, there's still debris everywhere. At least Eversource says the majority of people here in Bethany are back with power today. Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News. Back to you. You got it, Shannon. Snow Monster is in his habitat. This is his happy place. He loves it in Goshen because you got it. There's snow. In fact, you look over here. This snow is really a thick, heavy
wet, hard snow, not that enjoyable, and it's still pretty windy out here. Actually, I got my little snow monster friend to show you, just whipping a little bit here in the wind. He doesn't blow quite as well as that flag back there. That's showing you it's still a bit windy out here this morning, but the wind really the major issue last night as it continued to whip and cause problems. In Goshen, it pushed sheets of snow into the air, adding to the already slick ride for drivers. Along the Torrington Green, the powerful gusts that ripped through the area shook nearby signs in Litchfield. Crews worked tirelessly to clear the roads, but the heavy, wet snow quickly turned into a slushy mess in parking lots. People say the snow was wet and really, like I showed you, tough to clear.
They've been getting worse as the day's gone on, but the town crew has done a great job. Town and state have done a great job of keeping up with things.
It was like really heavy and really hard to shovel.
So this is what they're talking about. Still a lot of slush out there in parking lots. Take a look at the road behind me. This is Route 63. We still have a bit of a coating. We've seen 4 or 5 plows actually go across so far this morning. So they're still clearing the roads. The road's certainly a little slushy and wet here. So if you do have to leave early, then definitely take your time and watch out for any slick spots because there could be some here in Goshen. Live in Goshen, Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News. Shannon, back.
A little saxophone just adds to this gorgeous day, but with blooming flowers, this musician knows it's time for
Allergies?
Do you get allergies?
I do.
seasonal allergies. Don't stop Matt Camp from playing in the park. Still, he says, comes with a price.
Stuffy nose and, you know, your eyes get all funky and red and stuff like that.
Yes, most of us know those symptoms too well.
Congestion, watery eyes mostly.
Itchy eyes, runny nose, a little bit of asthma.
It's almost as if you have a cold, but you don't feel really crummy. You're like semi-crummy.
And while not everyone gets allergies,
Not at all. I don't have allergies at all.
Ooh, lucky you.
I am very lucky.
doctors with Hartford Healthcare, like the ones here at Go Health Urgent Care in Avon, say they expect more people coming in with seasonal sniffles.
This is just the start of it. Once the trees start blooming, we will start seeing some allergies associated with the pollen.
So if you're outside enjoying the flowers and nature, but notice yourself grabbing for the tissues, then it might be time to see a doctor or get some medicine.
There are over-the-counter treatments for this. Antihistamines would be the most common form to help with the congestion.
Doctors can also prescribe medicines or steroids. They say allergies can develop even if you never had them before. And if you wait too long, you could get sick.
If there's no good way for those sinus cavities to drain, you can develop a sinus infection.
A risk some people say is just worth it.
The springtime is always worth it. You know, getting outside, even if it's a little bit of allergies, it's always wonderful.
Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News. No, it's not, Carrie Lee. The rakes are out, and so are the volunteers here at Mill Pond Park in Newington. And they're just trying to do some spring beautification. Look here behind me. You can see quite a few people out here picking up sticks, raking up the debris. But I'm not going to lie, it's cold. It's cold standing here, and a lot of these folks, they have on hats, they have on gloves, long sleeves underneath those T-shirts, just kind of trying to bundle up and stay warm. You can see, again, they're working hard clearing out the mess. They'll be planting some beautiful spring flowers later on. They already fixed up a gazebo nearby, and there are more than a dozen people out here, all who are volunteers. The whole point is to give back to the community, make the park a lovely place to enjoy this spring and summer weather when that warmth finally does get out here and we all want to be outdoors. But lately the weather, it's just made it hard to do that. Everyone volunteering plans to be here until around 2 this afternoon, but the rain, hey, it could cut things short. Still, it's better than yesterday's snow.
I didn't know how much was going to melt and if we were going to be able to get in here and actually dig in, but just enough warmth so we're still able to get in there and get it done.
And how's everybody feeling about it today?
Everybody's in good spirits. I mean, it's not sunny out, but everybody, everybody can feel good when you're doing some service.
These volunteers are actually all store managers and employees from local Walmarts. We have some local police officers here as well, and they're all celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with a day of service marking the 50th anniversary of his assassination, which is tomorrow. Again, working hard. They're weathering the weather. They say they're hoping to get it all done before that rain moves in, but really they're all kind of looking forward to when we can finally see some sunshine and some warmer weather. Live in Newington, Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News. Back to you.